Are you vain? Because apparently I am. Oh my goodness. What's up? This is Ray with Get Real Ray, a space and place for life and business tips to hopefully provide you with a little inspiration, at the very least, some laughs. And now, let's get real. Let's get it.
Craving real advice? Tired of feeling like every other small business owner or solopreneur is raking in the dough while you just seem to be raking? Secretly looking for a reminder that starting your own business is not as glamorous as others make it look. Whether you're looking to change the game in your relationships at home or at the workplace, you've come to the right place. My name is Ray. I went from corporate America to running my own small business to becoming a solopreneur. I'm a professional actor and, dare we say, a professional busybody. Because this body is about to be busy all up in your biz. So, let's get real.
Vanity. What? Not the cute little table where like you do your makeup. Boop, 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 boop. If you wear makeup. Do you wear makeup? I don't have a vanity. I always wanted one though. But honestly, I don't even remember to put makeup on 99% of the time. So what would I do with a vanity table if I never even remember to put on makeup? Something to think about. So yeah, the other day I was on the social media, and a friend of mine had posted a few selfies. She usually posts pictures of her kids and stuff like that, but I remember reading something to the fact of, it's okay to be a little vain every now and then. And, she was feeling good. She was looking great. And she just had a nice little face picture or whatever. She wasn't like trying to show off, her body or anything like that. It's just a cool little like self pic. And I found myself with two feelings. First, I was like, oh my gosh, you look so great and so happy. I love this. And then you look at the comments and, all the comments are like, you look great. Oh, yay, love you. Looking good. And we're so weird in comments. Like, what are we doing, right? And I was loving her posts. And I also found myself saying, well, is it okay to be a little vain sometimes? Like, according to what, Christianity, Catholicism, isn't vanity like one of the sins? And I don't know about other religions, but I would think that in Judaism, being Muslim, I have a feeling that vanity is like not okay there. And then we get in terms of like Eastern philosophies, like Buddhism, Taoism, pretty sure vanity is not something that one aspires to on the path to enlightenment. And so I wasn't really sure if I agreed with her statement. Now, up here, I wasn't agreeing, but I was also totally agreeing, right? I agree with the idea that it's okay to be a little vain sometimes, because I myself have found myself going, oh, I really like the way I look in this picture. I'm going to post it on social media. Why? What am I looking for? And it's so interesting, to me at least. So in case you haven't noticed, I like to figure out how things work. I want to know how my business works so I can make tweaks and make the business even stronger. I want to know how my finances work so I can make adjustments and make things stronger. I want to know how my brain works. I want to know about why humans do what we do. We're so weird. I love it. It's so cool. So, hear me out. Oftentimes, me personally, when I find something that I enjoy, I want to tell my friends about it, okay? This is a business owner's dream, word of mouth, bringing in new customers, new clients. So, I am more than happy to tell my friends about this new food that I tried, this new health thing that I tried, this new dance move. And I realized this was a problem for me way back in college. Like once I started college, I was like, oh, my brain has been filled with all these things. And I didn't even know these were things that people were talking about. And I remember like Mom, don't you want to hear about all these things? She's like, no. Which is fair, right? She's like, I've done my time in college, and no, I don't find that fascinating. And with my former spouse, I remember he would be like, Ray, don't you want to know about these amazing books that I'm reading? I'm like, not really. I'll listen because it's important to you, and I want to respect and honor that. I want you to feel you have that outlet for someone to tell, because chances are no one else is going to be interested. But the fact that this is new knowledge for you, this is something you enjoy, doesn't necessarily mean it's rocking my world right now. And that is very similar to the experience of, ooh, I really like the way I look in this photo right now. Ooh, I just love the fact that I managed to do an amazing slam dunk, or I played a really long round of tennis today, or my garden looks fabulous. I just learned some new code. All of these moments where we really want to pat ourselves on the back and say, yes, I am a rock star. I did this. We want to share these. I mean, that's what trophies and medals and all of those things, titles, that's where all those things come into play, is we want to share our joy and excitement. We want recognition. Why do we want recognition? It kind of can add to that feeling of acknowledging the achievement or acknowledging the belief, right? If it's just like, I look good in this outfit. That's not always an achievement. Sometimes that's just, you're looking for acknowledgement in the belief that you look good in an outfit, not necessarily acknowledgement that you have achieved losing a lot of weight, or managing to shower all of the dirt off your body. I don't know. Sometimes you could miss a spot. All right. I don't know why. So we seek these moments to share with others, and social media has really strengthened the ability to share. So the need to share, the desire to share, has been around for decades, years and years and years. And when you think about why someone dresses up fancy for an evening out on the town, right? You know, before social media, people still felt, oh, I got this new hat. I want to be recognized for this new hat. It looks amazing. And yeah, we want to share. I am guilty of the vanity. And yet, I look down on celebrities that I feel use their voice only to support vanity. Hear me out. So, here I am going, yay for my friend for posting pictures of her face. Yay. Here I am going, yay for me for posting pictures of my face and saying, hey, you look pretty decent for whatever it is you just like had 5 hours sleep or something. You're doing pretty good, lady. And I did a little bit of modeling. And I like the idea of modeling because it's so weird to me. It's so weird to think that just by having a human hold something or wear something, we can convince other humans to have certain emotions that will then inspire action. It is crazy. I mean, when you think about it, you see it like a poster of one of those Kardashian people or Jennifer Lopez or somebody, Natalie Portman. You see somebody with a watch on or holding a handbag or just pouty lips, right? And so it creates these emotions of, wow, I like the way that handbag looks on that person. I think I should get that handbag. Or, ooh, their lips look so plump and almost moist. I think I need that lipstick. I think that lipstick is going to make me feel really sultry or youthful and lively. Whatever plump, moist lips bring up in your mind, right? Gosh, you know, just seeing that celebrity who has this really extensive body of work wear that watch makes me think, wow, well, if I get that watch, I might also have this amazing body of work to support and make a statement about my busy lifestyle. And it is true that sometimes it is also this idea of maybe I can be more connected to this person who's promoting this product, this service, what have you. If she drinks that juice, then maybe I can be a little bit closer to her, more like her by drinking the same juice. And so I said, humans are weird. I love it. I will pat myself on the back. I will give somebody else a high five. I do struggle with, well, should I post that? Because I'm proud of myself for making some bread, but does anyone else really care that I made bread? Does anyone else care that I like the way I look in this outfit right now? Like, why should anyone care? It's not changing the world. I made bread. Great. There are 365 days in a year. I should be making bread every day. And my making bread, is that going to then feed somebody else who is in need of bread? Am I going to show people how to make this bread? Why am I posting a picture of my half-eaten food? What is the point? Is the fact that I have eaten this food so amazing that I have to share it? Or do I just want people to know, oh, this is a really good dish and you should come to this restaurant and try it? And so it's crazy to think that how something so small as sharing with good intentions can then kind of go into this realm of sharing with fuzzy intentions, is I guess how I will put it. And the idea of pride versus vanity, there's a fine line between the two. And so why am I quick to be like, oh, why another magazine with that celebrity on it? Or why do I care what handbag that person is holding? Why have that negative reaction in that aspect compared to the woohoo reaction when I think of my own friends? Now, to be fair, I also have a negative reaction to some of my other friends where it's like, okay, so there's another photo of you clapping your butt cheeks together, or there's another, I have some weird friends, I love them dearly, or okay, so there's another photo of you standing outside of a theater or something, or like, I don't care. I don't know, what am I supposed to care about? Am I supposed to care that you were at a theater? That's important that you're at a theater, I think. Or am I supposed to care that you're standing with whoever you're standing with? Let me just look to care that you are doing what you want to do and accomplishing your dreams, I hope, right? I've already known that you can tap your butt cheeks, so I don't really need to see another picture or video of you clapping your butt cheeks, but okay. So I guess that's why I'm not on social media a whole lot, to be fair. But with that being said, I want you to be more vain, but not in the way of the things that I just mentioned. No bueno. I want you to be more vain in terms of learning to be your own superhero. So, hear me out. I was chatting with another friend, and, you know, we were kind of just saying, oh, there's so many things that I was saying there's so many things that I want to do, right? And I was a little frustrated because I feel that I had been putting out a lot of work and just not really seeing a lot of the return on investment that I wanted to see. And she said to me, hey, I had a similar conversation with someone else. And what we realized is that if you actually take a look back at the things that you have done, you might be surprised at how much you've accomplished. And she was absolutely right. In my own experience, when I look back at the amount of work that I've done and how much I have accomplished, I'm like, whoa, that's that's pretty cool. A few days ago, I was looking for some video to put into this little marketing compilation I was putting together. And I was like, let me look at some old footage from my aerial practice. I was getting really frustrated because I'm like, gosh, I trained really hard for like 2 years in aerial and I'm not finding what I'm looking for. And I never got to perform on stage, blah, 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 blah. And then I stopped and really, I allowed myself to stop focusing on what I was hoping to find in those videos. So let me just watch one of these. And I was like, whoa, I used to be able to do that? That's pretty cool. Can I get back to doing that? I have no idea. But I just allowed myself a moment to really appreciate the work that I had done. Even though it was practice video, I was still really impressed by the dedication it took to get to that level of performing, and also the ability to be able to do those feats. And that just is a physical thing. But when I actually sit and think about all of the work that I've created and the different businesses, the different roles that I've played working for other businesses, the people I have interacted with through the types of work that I've done, I really am surprised and amazed and grateful and in awe of my own ability. And so, for a moment, I am my own superhero. And you need to be your own superhero. Let's put the physical, all that stuff aside. Just looking on paper. If you jot it down, all the things you've done, even if you look at like your work resume, I'll look at all the things you've done, and then take a look at what did you have to do in order to accomplish those things, right? Maybe you have come from a household where your family didn't have a lot of money, or maybe you are an orphan or a widow, or maybe you come from the ideal, I shouldn't say perfect, but what is thought of as the typical ideal family life. So you got both the parents, the cat, the dog, the siblings, everyone is very friendly towards each other. You never had to work when you were in school, and maybe you got a scholarship to college or something. Everything is just whoop, smooth sailing. I'm gonna guess that there was probably things in your life that you accomplished despite all of the cards being aligned in your favor, right? Maybe you were recognized in school for your academic achievements. And if you didn't cheat off of everybody else, then that is something to be really proud of yourself for, right? Maybe you had that athletic scholarship and you managed to accomplish some pretty special things within the field of athletics. Or maybe you just helped a classmate in a time of need. There are so many different ways that you have saved the day yourself. Just the fact that maybe you thought you're going to get kicked out of your apartment, and then all of a sudden you picked up that extra waitressing shift and pulled together the money so that you weren't kicked out and you could pay, your bills. Whatever it is, chances are you probably are more amazing than you realize. So I want for you to be a little vain, be your own superhero. And if you're not sure, if you're just like, Ray, look, nothing amazing has happened in my life. I am not an amazing person. I can't think of anything. I'm just total, everything typical. I wish I had friends who had booty cheeks that would clap together. Okay, calm down. I hear you. And so what I would say is take a moment to think of who your favorite superhero is. Like, just get a piece of paper, write down your top 3 or 4 superheroes. And then I want you to think what you like about those superheroes. So I've always been a fan of Wolverine. I like X-Men. I have mixed feelings on some of the movies, but anyway, I like Rogue. I love the fact that she can absorb powers. I thought it was super cool. So, and I like Storm, okay? Now, when I look at the characters, I like Catwoman. I'm not going to say they're all X-Men. I'm just, saying. Is Catwoman a superhero, though? Because, I mean, she was a thief, and she was flexible. But is she really like a superhero? I don't know. Died, came back. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that. Well, there's the whole, is Batman a superhero? I mean, he is a hero, but he doesn't have superhuman powers. He just worked out really hard and has some cool gadgets. Just saying. Now, be Batman. Be Batman. Work really hard and have cool tools. And maybe then, okay, so you will be your own superhero because you're going to be Batman. You're going to work really hard. You're going to have your tools. So we're going to say Batman's a superhero so that you're a superhero. And that's what we're going to say. All right. So think about what you like about your top 3 favorite superheroes. And then look at those aspects and really dwindle that down to what actually would relate to your life. If you're like, oh, I really love Nightcrawler because he can teleport. Okay, great. You know why you like Nightcrawler. And he's blue. You teleport, he's blue. Okay, you teleport, he's blue. And he has a tail. Teleport, blue, has a tail. Okay, good. I'm glad you like those things. Now, are you blue or can you be blue? If the answer is no, okay, if you're like, don't want to put on blue face paint every day, then we're going to let that go. Now, you could be like, I am not blue, but I would like to be more blue. I will not put on body paint every day, but I might adopt wearing a blue watch or carrying a blue cell phone case around my cell phone or something that makes me feel just a little bit more superhero-like. Sure, okay, that works. If you don't have a tail, I'm not going to say you should suddenly attach a tail to your clothes. Do you? Absolutely. But that trend has come and gone. Some people will attach animal tails to their bags. That trend has also kind of come and gone. And as a vegan, please don't start attaching real animal tails to your items of clothing or bags. Please don't. But teleporting, you might be able to work with teleporting. Now, with that being said, no, you can't like pull a bewitch and twitch your nose and nod your head like I love Jeannie or I dream of Jeannie and suddenly be in a different place. It's just not going to happen. And maybe you do believe in the different verses. There's a metaverse and a megaverse, and I don't even know all the verses. Time portal, wormhole. Okay. Maybe you believe there are different versions of this universe everywhere and you want to travel to all of them. Well, what can you do to get you to one of those other places? Maybe the act of trying to get to one of those places can make you a bit more of a superhero, just the same way that Batman had to try to find different gadgets and, others had to be in a lab testing out different potions and things, trying to come up with something to defeat so-and-so. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's your superpower, is trying to figure out how to get to a different time, space-time. Or, you can't teleport, but maybe you like to travel. And so you think, I really like that Nightcrawler could teleport. I actually haven't teleported, but I have traveled quite a bit. I went to this country. I went to go to this city. My job lets me travel here and there. And you look at your passport and you go, whoa, this is pretty cool. I've got quite a few stamps in my passport. And then you think about somebody who maybe you think about the younger version of yourself, right? So you, X number of years ago, before all that traveling, and what would you say to that younger self? And what would that younger self have said to you? Would that younger self have been like, yo, you went to all these places? You're a loser. Ugh. Or would that younger self have been like, whoa, you went to all these places? That's so cool. Would that younger self be like, wow, you did all these shows? You did all this work? You worked at all these companies? You were a manager there? Whoa, that's so cool. Because where you are today is where someone else would like to be. It is their dream. Now, with that being said, if you're like, Ray, I am living in my parents' basement. I'm high as a kite. I don't have a job. I'm severely overweight. And no, I don't think it's anyone's dream. Okay. I'm still going to argue that where you are today, someone else is saying, gosh, I wish I at least had that. Right? It may not be a, wow, that looks like the dream life, but it might be like, gosh, I wish I at least had that to move up from. So, look at your body of work and identify how much you've accomplished and how you are a superhero. Recognize you can be your own superhero and take actions in order to create the next chapter of your superhero adventure. So if you find yourself going, Ray, again, basement, couch, high, jobless, that's only one chapter. So what's the next chapter look like? Do you use incredible superhuman strength to rise up off the couch, take a shower, go take a walk in the fresh air to clear your head, and then with your vast mental abilities and amazing typing speed, go online and start applying for jobs so that you can use your superhuman financial skills to pull together enough money to save up to move out of your parents' basement and then rent a friend's couch until you have enough money to go get your own place. What will you achieve today? What will you accomplish? How will you soar and fly through the skies, over the buildings, leap one small leap in a single bound or something like that, leaps the buildings in a single bound? That's you. There's going to be all kinds of obstacles in your way, lots of buildings, lots of mountains, lots of meteors and things coming at you. Lots of crazy jokers, blah, 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 coming at you. And you need to step up. You need to continue to step up. And you need to fight off all the craziness that's coming at you. And you need to say to yourself, I did good. Oh, yeah. Because you did good. That's why. Right? And so, yeah. Double high five for my friend for her post. Double high five for myself for my aerial videos. And for that celebrity, I'm going to give you a high five too. I'm going to give you a high five not because you're using your platform to objectify yourself. I'm going to give you a high five because you have recognized that you can benefit from sharing with others something that you enjoy. And if that's something that you enjoy might make others feel like they are their own superhero, then yeah, I'm down with that. And so instead of me looking at it as you just making $1, I can also look at it as That's so cool that that celebrity has found something that they enjoy, that they would like to share with others. That's cool. And I also am mindful of the fact that I don't take advice from everybody. And so I wouldn't take a recommendation from every celebrity. We all know that some people will add their name to anything because there's a check involved. And that's not something that I value. So I would never just do something because someone on social media said to do it. So you're not going to just start being vain just because I said do it, right? No, do your own research, do your own thinking, do your own hard work. But I hope that once you've done the hard work, you'll feel like, yeah, Ray was right. I am a superhero. And in that case, double high five to you, because superheroes deserve double high fives. And you've accomplished a lot of great things, and you are going to continue to inspire others and to inspire your younger self and to inspire me. So thanks for being a good inspiration. I like it. And so with that being said, friends, I hope you found this little adventure to be a little helpful, if not entertaining. And until next time, peace.
Thanks for listening. If you think this podcast would help a friend, then please feel free to share it with them. If you want to check out some more Real Ray or just see me hang out with cute dogs, then feel free to visit me over on YouTube. Get Real Ray 4273.